Welcome, Age of Vintage Society. Elvis Presley, the legendary singer and movie star who became known as the King of Rock and Roll. Today we will take a closer look on theories that are still surrounding Elvis's death and discuss why people think Elvis Presley is still alive. Make sure to watch the video until the end and leave your thoughts in the comments. If you are new here, join our wonderful community by subscribing to the Age of Vintage channel. Why people think Elvis Presley is still alive? Is Elvis Presley still alive? Elvis ain't dead. The weirdest Elvis Presley sightings and conspiracy theories. Elvis Presley remains one of the biggest rock stars ever to grace the planet, and fans across the world were devastated when it was announced the King had died in 1977. But one of the biggest conspiracy theories of modern times is that the former Graceland resident is actually still alive. Official records show that Presley had a heart attack and passed away on August 16, 1977. But fans have always been adamant that he actually faked his own death so that he could enjoy a more relaxed life free of fame. Here's why some people think he's still alive. Over the years there have been countless alleged sightings, from right after Elvis's death up until the present day. Here's some of the most far-fetched theories and Elvis spottings. When and how did Elvis die? Elvis Presley died on the 16th of August 1977 at the age of 42 in the toilet of his Graceland home in Memphis, Tennessee. George Nichopoulos, the Memphis doctor known as Dr. Nick, was blamed by millions of fans for Presley's untimely death because he dished out prescription drugs to the star. Heavy use of barbiturates by the music legend had the unwelcome side effect of increasing his already monstrous appetite. It is thought in the days leading up to his death, Elvis was gorging so much his colon ballooned to breaking point, leading to heart failure. Thousands of fans gathered in Graceland to take a look at the open casket, and 80,000 lined the processional route towards Forest Hill Cemetery, where the King was laid to rest. The first sighting. Shortly after Elvis's death, a man headed to Memphis Airport and purchased a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Reportedly, the man looked like the pop star and gave the name John Burroughs, an alias of Elvis used when booking hotels for him. Could it have actually been him? The headstone theory. On Presley's gravestone, his middle name Aaron is spelt Aaron, although Aaron is Elvis's genuine middle name. But allegedly either his parents or himself wanted to change his middle name to Aaron, possibly so it was more similar to Presley's stillborn twin, Jesse Garon Presley. But some fans believe that the misspelling was intentional and a way of letting us know that Presley faked his own death. The pool house photo. Taken on December 31st, 1977, it was rumoured that a photo taken by Mike Joseph, who was visiting Graceland with his family, showed Elvis sitting in his pool house. In an interview with Larry King, Joe Esposito then declared that the person in the photo wasn't actually Elvis, but Al Strada, but not everybody is convinced. The King of Kalamazoo. In the late 80s, the epicentre of the Elvis Lives universe shifted to Kalamazoo, Michigan, a city Elvis played 4 months before his death. In 1988, a woman named Louise Welling from nearby Vicksburg claimed she had seen Presley standing in line at the local Felpausch supermarket. He was rocking a white jumpsuit, naturally, and purchasing an electrical fuse. Welling's daughter later spied him scarfing Whoppers at Burger King. What gives this account eerie credibility, expert David Adler told the Los Angeles Times in an interview promoting his Presley-themed cookbook, is that Burger King was by far Elvis's favourite fast food chain. Elvis was connected to the mafia. Gail Brewer Giorgio, author of the 1988 book Is Elvis Alive?, explained to Time that after looking at tones of FBI documents, she had concluded that Presley had had to go into witness protection after the FBI enlisted him to help take down a criminal organisation called the Fraternity. Elvis had to fake his own death when he was found to be a mole. Brewer Giorgio told Time, Elvis faked his death because he was going to be killed, and there was no doubt about it. On his 82nd birthday. What would you do on your 82nd birthday if you were one of the biggest stars in the world and had been pretending to be dead for almost 4 decades? Head to Graceland, obviously. A photo appeared on the Elvis Presley is Alive Facebook page in January of a man with a white beard, and with security personnel in the top left-hand corner of the picture who fans speculated could be guarding Elvis. In Home Alone. There's a mad theory discovered by Noisy that points towards Elvis making an appearance in the 1990 film, so 13 years after he died. As Kate checks flight availability, a bearded man is seen in the background, and the theory claims that the bearded fella is actually Elvis. He looks around the right age. In 1990 Elvis would have been 55. There's some similarity in his eyes, and the hair colour is Elvis's natural shade. He dyed his blonde hair the trademark black. I mean, it's pretty tenuous, but stranger things have happened, right? Others point to Elvis's tombstone as evidence. Besides believed sightings, skeptics also point to what they insist are slip-ups from Presley's family in media interviews and an apparent name misspelling on the King's tombstone as proof of a cover-up. The skeptics say Presley's middle name was purposefully spelled wrong, Aaron instead of Aaron, on his tombstone because putting his real name would have been taboo since he was alive. Debunkers say the King started spelling his middle name Aaron instead of Aaron later in life. In a 2005 interview with Oprah on the TV host's show, Presley's wife Priscilla was addressing how Presley spoiled their daughter, Lisa Marie. Skeptics believe Priscilla said, "It's exactly what he said the other day," before correcting herself and saying, "You said," to Oprah. They also say Lisa Marie evaded Larry King's question during a 2003 interview when the host asked if she ever feels communication with her father. Another conspiracy theory says Elvis used his dead twin brother as a body double in Houston interview. It looks like the JFK assassination isn't the only historical incident in Texas to breed conspiracy theories. One of the craziest ones making the rounds, Elvis Presley used his supposedly dead twin brother as a body double. The theory that the King of Rock and Roll is still alive has been around for years. However, several internet sleuths believe that it is actually a body double in the form of Jesse Garon Presley, Elvis's twin brother who died at birth. They say he didn't. On Facebook, one commenter suggested, "One can clearly see the brown eyes and the mannerisms as being different from that of Elvis." That is because this interview was done by Jesse Garon Presley. Another conspiracy theorist suggested, see, it was not Elvis doing the interview, see the brown eyes. Elvis had blue eyes. The same commenter also said that Jesse's finger seemed straight, where Elvis had a crooked pinky finger. The impact of the Elvis conspiracy theories. Elvis is alive theories can't go on forever. The man would now be in his 80s, and the oldest person on record only lived to 122. That means we've maybe got another 40 years of stories about the king chilling in Argentina, or sipping coffee at Tim Hortons, or doing whatever you do as an elderly man who's been in hiding since the Carter administration. Unless it turns out Elvis is immortal. The conspiracy theories bring unnecessary pain to Presley's family, said Lacey, who calls himself a big Elvis fan. I didn't just get into this because I've got nothing better to do. I believe that the people who say Elvis is alive are doing a great disservice to him and his family, he said. Imagine you have to go through your life saying your father did all of these things and that he conned his fans. Elvis's death hurt a lot of people. It still does. You have to ask, what kind of person would Elvis be to do that to his fans? The vast majority of Americans believe Presley did in fact die in 1977. A Gallup poll conducted in 1997 found only 4% of Americans thought Presley was alive, while 93% of those surveyed were certain he was dead. Still, brewer Giorgio remains firm on her stance. The Georgia woman, who said she does not have a single Elvis album and owns no memorabilia of him, insists her findings are based on facts and not feelings. I know what he really did, she said. The world needs to know that Elvis Presley put his life on the line. I think it's sad that we don't know the whole Elvis, she added. If I don't do this for Elvis, nobody is going to. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new here, and if you want to support my work, please visit my Patreon page. Now it is your turn. What do you think? Is the King of Rock and Roll still alive? What do you think about the impacts of these conspiracy theories about Elvis's death?